Front double bicep. Front lat. Side chest. Hamstrings and glutes are tight. Good. Side tricep. Good. Rear double bicep. Good. Rear lat spread. Nice. Overhead abs and thighs. That's it. And blow it out. Good. Squeeze that quad. There you go. Good. Favorite most muscular. Good. And then hands on hips. That's the last one they call it, hands on hips?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so right now you're at 154 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And we're probably going to wind up being a bantamweight, probably a little bit less than that, because you're very, very close to being show ready right now. A couple more pounds, and it's like a week and a half out. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, about a week and a half.
How do you feel right now as far as like strength and stuff?
The strength is still good.
Okay.
I'm still lifting heavy every time. It's just dropped a little bit. The cardio is just kicking my ass, but
Yeah.
I can recover from the weights normally and come back and lift heavy again.
And this is probably, how long we've been working together? It's been
less than 6 months.
about 6 months. I've been training to failure. We did the last show and then a small off season. And then this year, I mean, it's crazy. Like, you walked in, I was like, holy shit. Like, in pictures is one thing, man, but, you know, completely different. All right, man.
Actually, it's only been a 10-week cut, so we're not even on 10 weeks yet. We're about 8.5 or 8.
Right.
Yeah, and then we just.
The thing was, we didn't get fat in the off season, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like your weight kept going up, but it was like you were staying lean still.
Right.
And it shows, you know, we come down slowly. We haven't had to push a whole lot of cardio except the last couple of weeks. In a week and a half out, we're not going to have to push, you know, because you're going to wind up losing muscle if you push too hard. So, good deal. Cool. Is there anything you want to say to everybody out there? I mean, people follow it. You know, they know who you are on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, well, you know, I just want to say thanks to you, man, for everything you've done. Staying in touch with my questions, and you know, proving a lot of people wrong about the bullshit that you're gonna lose muscle if you do a lot of cardio and metabolic damage and all that crap.
But you couldn't get bigger too. They're like, you can't train to failure and get bigger,
right?
If you're natural,
right? Everyone's at the gym, you know, and my gym is turning eyes because of what I have done in the last few months. And in reality, you know, I was actually just lifting less than I usually did. I would be lifting around 6 days a week before, and then I switched to doing 4. At the beginning, it was pretty weird, but then I got used to it though. And then, you know, every session is pretty much heavy, you know, and intense, and that I'll be out in about 45 minutes. And then lately, you know, I'll be there longer because of the cardio I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing so much, and then, you know, to everyone else, it doesn't make any sense to do more than an hour cardio a day and only be lifting 4 days a week, and they'll be like, oh, you must be training for a marathon or something like that. But I'm actually keeping a lot more muscle this way.
No, you're lifetime drug free now. Why don't you go ahead and tell them when we met, how we met?
Oh yeah, I was at an OCD show helping a guy out, and then because I had already followed Jerry on his videos on YouTube, I was just getting used to them, and I liked it. And then I was just helping my guy out backstage with his tanning and everything. And then I see Jerry sitting down helping a couple girls over there. And then I recognized him right away, so we just started talking. And Jerry's a really nice guy, so we just got really comfortable talking. And then at the end of the show, I just decided to get it out of my mind and ask if he had any clients left for the season and if it was still taking anymore. Because I had a last show in 4 weeks, and I had already been dieting all year long, so I was already dead, and I wanted to see what else I could change so that I could finish off the year a little better. And so we trained together for about 4 weeks before that show, and that was my best showing. And I actually gained a pound on the last 4 weeks. I had been competing at 148, and then for that show I came in at 149. I didn't lose any weight on the last 4 weeks though, and you know, a lot of people get frustrated because they're not losing any weight sometimes. But on those last 4 weeks, you know, which would be extremely critical to lose weight, I didn't lose any weight, you know.
You actually got leaner, and then your weight went up a pound.
Yeah.
So were you, when I first sent you like the program and stuff, were you like, this guy's crazy, like, this is not going to work, this is,
yeah, you know,
was it strange, or was
it's a little nonsense to do a lot of cardio and not a lot of weights, because everyone, you know, will just argue about it. But you know, again, I was paying for it, so then I just decided to follow it and follow by the line. And that's what I did, and that was actually my best show. And you know, within a week, I could already see the changes. And this last couple of weeks, you know, I've been changing pretty much every week. My leg vascularity has been improving. Like as soon as I get to the gym and I start hitting a little warm up, it doesn't matter what workout, my vascularity just kicks in, even on my legs. And I've never had any vascularity in my legs like that before. So.
And when you walked in, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you look like somebody who's on drugs. You really do. I mean, your physique has matured like in the last 6 months of the training, which is a lot different intense-wise. Like intensity, it's higher, but volume is lower than what you were doing before. But at the same time, like you have fullness and roundness that you didn't have before. And we're not super low carb. We're not zero carbed out, you know, all the time. We're doing the cardio, but also like a lot of people think that you're gonna start your stuff out 25, 30 weeks out to come in slow.
Right, that's what a lot of people tell me, that I should be dieting slow and that I shouldn't be doing a lot of cardio at the end because I'm just gonna lose my muscle. You know, I'm doing over an hour of cardio a day, and to people at my gym it doesn't make any sense. But I don't spend a lot of time trying to explain and just do my own thing. You know, at the end of the day, I'm the one who's improving anyway.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna check in with you after you're done with the show, which is the Muscle Mania.
Capital of tournament, Capital of Champions, something like that.
Capital Tournament of Champions, Muscle Mania, which is it's a big show. I mean, you know, can you turn pro in the show? Is there a pro card?
Yes, you may. And it's actually a little more spiced up since last year, because the year before in 2012 it got canceled because of the hurricane we had.
Yeah.
So the next year they had it. They made it with a sponsorship, 2,500 to go to the Miami Universe.
Nice.
So if you turn pro that day, in about 3 or 4 weeks afterwards, you're going to be competing in Miami at the Universe show.
Nice.
With everything paid to go there.
Now, is that your goal, to turn pro at this show? And that's
Well,
a big goal?
hopefully it's what I'm aiming for. I mean, it doesn't really matter what the result is at the end, but this is already my best showing. You know, since like 4 weeks out, it has already been my best showing. So whatever happens from here on, you know, it doesn't really matter because I'm already better 3 weeks out than I was on show day before.
Do you feel confident now? I mean, how do you feel?
I really do, because I look a little bit bigger. I'm still going to compete probably in the bantamweight. Last year I competed in the bantamweight. Their scale was off, like I was telling you. So if it's the same scale, I'm going to be a bantamweight, and everyone else just looks like twice as small. So, the main thing is just competing in the overall, you know, to beat the heavier guys. And sometimes they're not as conditioned, you know, just
right.
because they're bigger. So that could be my chance, because in the overall last year, I actually came in second. And the guy who won his pro card at that show was already a pro for a different organization. Yeah. So, you know, things could have been a little better.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all you can do is bring 110%. You've obviously done it. You put in the work. And, you know, all season long, you know, I kind of keep up what's going on. And, you know, this is the best part. The best part is to see everything that happened in the off season, what it's going to look like, you know, in that total package. So we're pulling for you. We're going to be back here rooting for you without a doubt and supporting you all the way, man. Yeah. Anything you want to say to sign out?
Like I said, you know, just don't try to argue it a lot. You know, if it works this way, you know, just follow it. And there are a lot of methods out there, but not all of them are going to work. Or you know, you can get to the same place in many different routes. It's just that this one tends to be a little quicker. Well, a lot quicker. I'm here in about 8 weeks.
We'll see you soon, George. On Bios3, and I approve this message, and we're out.